Namaste Guruji, Namaste Guruma. I'm Swathi, currently residing in Bangalore with my husband and father-in-law. I am a clinical psychologist by profession and I got introduced to SMS meditation in the month of May this year. I completed my first cycle of 41 days of meditation recently and would like to share my experiences. Being from a psychology background, I always used to uphold science and logic while trying to understand the inner workings of a human mind. I was used to labeling any unusual and unheard of human experiences and behaviors using terms and disorder names that the subject had taught me during my course. Hence, when I came to know about this system of meditation taught by Thasmai Guruji, I held on to a fair share of skepticism, thinking that a lot of the experiences that people were sharing must be some kind of imagination, hallucination, or sometimes purely stemming from an excessive inclination towards God and spirituality. So I set out to quench my curiosity and cynicism by trying this out for myself. After listening to a couple of online classes, I went to the ashram in Bangalore to start meditation under the direct guidance of Thasmai Guruji. The first 2 days of meditation, I found myself sitting simply without experiencing anything. Rather, the 45 minutes seemed like never ending. Following this, I had a brief discussion with Guruji and told him about my professional background in psychology. Like how a sharp and perceptive guru would know, he immediately highlighted that I will be able to understand the true essence of it only if I let go of my preconceived notions and knowledge about how the human mind works. In a way, he hinted at the fact that I will have to completely submit and surrender to the process and stop intellectualizing it. He further connected me on call with Guruma, who helped me understand how Samarpanam, which is the process of total submission, works. To my surprise, on the third day of my meditation, I experienced certain things which undoubtedly left me in a shock. During sun meditation that day, my body went back first and then came to the front with my head resting on the lap, and none of these movements were under my control. It was like a certain force that was deciding these movements for me. Within a few minutes, I was overcome with a deep feeling of sorrow, and this resulted in me bursting into an uncontrollable fit of crying spells which continued till the end of 45 minutes of meditation. After that, when I went to Guruji to share this, he stood in front of me with a very knowing expression on his face about what had happened to me. The only thing he asked is if I was feeling quite content in that moment, and my answer was a very firm yes. After that, the whole day I felt very light, both physically as well as mentally. The kind of lightness that is difficult to explain in words and can only be felt and experienced. The same sequence of events repeated in the evening sun meditation, and with each passing moment, I could feel that I had started embracing meditation wholeheartedly and had started letting go of my previous doubts and skepticism about it. From then on, all the days of my meditation included various experiences. Without fail, my head would rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise, and my body would move back and forth while seated on the chair. All of it felt like some kind of exercise and treatment that universe was trying to bring to me in order to increase my physical and mental flexibility. My moon meditation had an additional component of leg exercises as well. None of these movements were being controlled by me, they were happening automatically. Apart from these surprising observations during meditations, a lot of positive changes began happening in different aspects of my life as well. In terms of emotional state, I found myself feeling calm and light. Daily frustrations and anger considerably came down. I was able to do a lot of tasks and chores more mindfully and with a lot more of focus, attention, and enjoyment. My mind was focusing more on the present than getting stuck in the past or future. Lifestyle wise, a sense of discipline began setting in. Early morning waking up and early time of going to bed were aspects that were unimaginable to me, and I had always struggled trying to achieve it. But with the meditation practices, there came a rhythm and consistency into all these routines. The cravings for outside food and junk food, which used to be a regular phenomena previously, came down. Overall, there was a very big shift to a much more healthier lifestyle. Physical health wise, energy levels became much better, and even if there were bouts of sickness, it would heal much faster than before. I lost all the extra weight I had gained due to the erratic eating patterns previously. In terms of my marital relationship, there were major impacts that were seen. Frequency of arguments and extreme fights came down, and the nature of arguments changed in a way where we were able to talk things out and resolve conflicts much more calmly and maturely. The level of affection certainly grew more, and both of us became more sacrificial towards each other in our approach. Overall, in my experience, all these aspects of life are areas that I talk to about with my clients in my therapy practice. However, behavioral and emotional changes are always known to take time, sometimes months and sometimes years, before progress and improvements are observed. In this sort of a scenario, it was surprising to see that so many domains of life were changing just within a week of practicing SMS meditation. I understand that listening to this may seem like an exaggeration or like an impossible event to many, but believe me when I say this, only when one experiences this for themselves is when one can truly believe. After all, not everything can be explained by science alone. To conclude, I just wish to say that I am extremely grateful to my father-in-law who encouraged me to try SMS meditation, and of course to Guruji and Guruma for making this process seamless and for introducing me to a method that can be continued for life. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruma.